Bonnie, the last piece that I want to go over is just a review of the process that you're going to be taking with me through this observation cycle. So right now we're finishing up our pre-observation meeting. And as a review, we took our Itasca Unified School District pre-observation form and we worked through this together, filling these pieces out. I wanted to use the Itasca Unified School District lesson observation sheets because this is what you'll be evaluated on in our district, and this is your first year here with us. So I wanted to mirror this coaching cycle as close as I could with that as well. So during this, we identified the standards you're going to be doing for your lesson of the Three Little Pigs retell, which I'm excited to see. We also identified the California standards for teaching professions that you're going to have me looking at. So we're going to be looking at the knowledge of content, establishing and maintaining student behaviors, and planning and implementing procedures and routines. Our next step will be I'll come in tomorrow for about a 30-minute observation, and just so you know, I bring my laptop in during this time. I type in notes and I timestamp them, so I'll be documenting what time you start the lesson, how far in I see certain patterns happening. And during this time, these notes are meant to be a good track for us to see kind of how your timing is. I'll also be documenting any physical observations I see of students or best teaching practices from you, and then I'll be typing in some recommendations. I want to just remind you that the goal of this is always to just support you as a teacher, to be just a second pair of eyes in here supporting you and taking a look at these standards that we've identified that you want to grow stronger in. After the observation, I'll come in and we'll do a post-observation conference. Prior to that, I'll give you a second form that we use here at Itasca Unified School District that is your post-observation reflection form. I'll be adding some extra questions in there as well. I want you just to spend a little bit of time reflecting on how you felt the lesson went. Did students meet the learning objectives, strengths and weaknesses of the lesson? And we'll use that as our guide to discuss how the lesson went. I'll also bring in some video clips from what I observed, and I'll be making some recommendations and next steps for you. Because we are at the very end of the year, I would like to follow up with you also in the fall to make sure that some of these next steps have gotten into place and that I can support you through that. So we're finishing up the pre-observation now. Tomorrow I'll come in and do our observation. I'll pass to you a form that you can do a reflection on, and then we'll meet and discuss that, and then do a final follow-up in the fall, just checking in on those recommendations that were made. Okay? All right, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.